what I want to recommend, and this is not something you've never heard before, but I would ask you to really take inventory of your process with your borrowers. And are you truly consulting them on what it is that they're trying to accomplish? And when I think about consulting someone, it really is impossible to give someone great options without really slowing down the process and being willing to ask them a lot of questions about what they're trying to accomplish. And what we tend to do a lot of times in the mortgage business is we let the customer drive the conversation, right? They might reach out to you, and especially if they've already been pre-approved. So let's give an example. You have a borrower, they've been pre-approved, they're a golden borrower, but they go to look at homes and they meet your agent, an agent that refers you a lot of business. And the agent says, look, you should really give Tony a call. I know you're pre-approved, but I highly recommend him. You should give him a call. So let's use as an example, right? So what happens is borrower calls you and they're like, hey, Susie told me to give you a call. I'm already pre-approved. I have perfect credit and I have $100,000 to put down. So I just wanted to see, if you can beat the rate that I have available through my credit union or my bank right now. Right? How many people have gotten a call like that? And immediately, a lot of loan officers get really like, okay, I got to really, it's from one of my realtors, they got perfect credit. I guess I just got to start sharpening my pencil and see if I can beat this rate. And they immediately start thinking about, can I beat the interest rate? Because otherwise I'm not going to win this deal. And that's the time where I encourage people to slow down and take control of that conversation. So what that might look like is the borrower calls you and they say, hey, I walk on water. I'm perfect. Susie asked me to give you a call and she said that you could beat my bank's rate, right? And so what I might do is say, well, that's awesome. I appreciate you giving me a call. I'm just curious, what did Susie say about me? Why did Susie recommend that you give me a call? And let them start by, kind of edifying what it was that the realtor or whomever referred it to you said about you. And then I would take over the conversation and say, well, here's what I do know. Whenever I work with Susie, she knows that I have a unique process that I take all of my borrowers through, not just to make sure that I can get them the very best rate, but that we're structuring your loan in a way that's going to give you the most benefit as far as meeting your short and your long-term goals. So you slow down and then just ask for permission. Say, so what I'd like to do is I have a handful of questions that I'd like to ask you. They're going to help me understand the very best mortgage options for you. Do you mind if I just jump into those questions? And then boom, flip the table, flip the script, and now you're in control of that conversation. Look, we're not order takers. Like, you could be an order taker. You can work in a call center. You can just pick up the phone when it rings, take people's order, give them the best price you can. And if they go somewhere else, no big deal, because the phone's going to ring 30 seconds later and you're going to do it again with another one. That's not our business. We have to go out and cultivate these relationships and get these referrals. So it's important that every one of these calls, we take control of the conversation. We consult them. And so, but sometimes you got to ask for it. You got to stop. You got to ask for permission. You got to give them a script. And I just like to say, look, the person who referred you to me because they know that I take every one of my borrowers through this process. So if you don't mind, I'm just going to jump in and ask you a handful of questions that are really going to help make sure that I'm giving you the very best options. Is that okay with you? And then take over.